that time again.
What time
It
is that?
is our 2 cents. Our 2 cents.
I gotta hold on.
Our 2 cents. Our 2 cents. Our 2 cents. The asshole for exposing my husband's affair with his quote unquote girl best friend at a family barbecue after his father told me to just get over it.
Ooh, that's good. Daddy used to sleep
Okay.
around too, huh?
Right. I've been married to my husband for 5 years.
Uh-huh.
We have a good relationship overall, but there's always been one issue. His quote unquote girl best friend. Megan, who's 30, she's been in his life since childhood, and while I've always felt a bit uneasy about their closeness, I trusted my husband and I tried to be cool with it. Megan is always around. She's at our house constantly. They text all the time, and she even comes on family vacations with us. Hell no.
Shit.
Every time I brought up how their relationship made me uncomfortable, my husband would just brush it off, saying she's practically my sister and that I was overreacting. To make matters more complicated, my mother-in-law, who's 58, who's also amazing, she's always had my back and has told me multiple times that if Megan made me uncomfortable, that I should talk to my husband about setting boundaries. On the other hand, my father-in-law has a very different attitude. He adores Megan and has always said that she's a part of their family and that I just need to deal with it.
That's it.
He thinks my discomfort with their friendship is just quote unquote jealousy.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2 months ago. My husband started acting distant, coming home late, being secretive with his phone, and just off. I had a gut feeling something was wrong, so one night I went through his phone while he was in the shower. That's when I found out. He and Megan had been having an affair for months, and I was crushed. I confronted him and he admitted everything. He swore it was a mistake, said he loved me, and begged me not to leave him. I didn't know what to do, so I stayed for quite a bit, trying to process everything. A couple of weeks later, my in-laws hosted a big family barbecue. I was still reeling from the affair, but my husband convinced me to come, saying that we needed to keep up appearances while we worked things out.
Make me look good. Well,
I went, but I was a wreck inside, especially knowing that Megan would be there. Sure enough, Megan showed up like nothing ever happened, acting all friendly with everyone, including me. I was boiling inside, but I kept it together. During dinner, my father-in-law made some offhand comments about how Megan would, quote unquote, always be a part of this family, and that I needed to, quote unquote, get over my insecurities. He said this in front of everyone, and that was my breaking point. I stood up, looked straight at him, and said, "You know what? I would get over it if she wasn't sleeping with my husband." The entire table went silent. Megan's face turned white, and my husband tried to calm me down, but I wasn't having it. I told everyone exactly what had been going on: the sneaking around, the lies, and the betrayal. My mother-in-law was furious, but not at me. She laid into my husband and Megan, saying they destroyed our marriage and she disrespected me. My father-in-law, though, had the audacity to say I was, quote unquote, overreacting and that, quote unquote, affairs happen. But I shouldn't have aired it out in front of the family. He even defended Megan, saying that she made a quote unquote mistake and that we should all just move on. I left the barbecue and have been staying at my mom's ever since. My husband keeps begging me to come home, and my mother-in-law has been very supportive, but my father-in-law is still telling the whole family that I'm the one that's causing drama and blowing things out of proportion. Am I the asshole for exposing their affair in front of everybody at the barbecue, or should I have just kept it private, or was I right to call them out on everything?
No, you ain't wrong at all. You ain't wrong at all. First of all, you knew what the fuck was going on. From
Childhood friend or not, it doesn't matter if she's a childhood friend. It doesn't matter if she was there before I was. It doesn't matter if she's like a sister. It doesn't matter if she's like a daughter to your father. It doesn't matter. When you got married, there should have been a boundary set.
Yep.
Because unless she was your actual biological sister or adopted sister or anything like that, she's still not your sister. She's no kin to you.
What pissed me off, right, was not him cheating and then asking her
to still come to the family
to
function to
keep up
keep up
appearance
appearances
for him,
while we work this
so
out.
he wouldn't have to answer questions why she not around.
Absolutely, he did.
And then not stank ass heifer
Megan,
aka cousin
Faith,
showing her ass up, acting like ain't nothing,
and smiled at her, greeted her, tried to break conversation with her, like, you not sleeping with my husband behind my back. How big of a fool you think I gotta feel like, knowing that the two of you is screwing behind my back, but we sitting here at the family table?
I don't understand how people don't understand that. Like, when you're with someone, I don't care if you've been together a year or two, whatever, right? If you've been with someone more than a year, when your behavior switches up, it's going to be noticed.
Yeah.
And at that point,
if you start switching up anything, it don't matter. Like, if you switch up the way you shaving, I'm questioning why you shaving like that. I don't switch up and
change 3 or 4 times.
Why you shaving like that? I need to know.
I think I got different razors.
Shut up.
No, ma'am, you're not the asshole.
No, you're not the asshole at all. They're the assholes. And shout out to your mother-in-law for having your back and speaking up and telling Megan that she was in the wrong, and also going in on her son, because what an embarrassment.
And I would say, for me personally, now I don't want to say I'm not gonna say divorce him.
Yeah.
But I would say it's clear that if Megan's not embarrassed now and she's still coming around, this is something that you're gonna constantly be reminded of.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to take that into account. I don't think mentally you're going to be able to get over what happened.
No, especially because of how close they are. Because here's the thing. This is what I would say. For me personally, if I chose...
And also, to me, it also sounded like the father-in-law wanted him to marry Megan to start with.
Either that or he done slept with Megan.
Oh, right.
That part.
Right. That's not the brother.
Here's the thing. This is what I would say. If I were to stay after knowing that he has slept with his quote unquote best friend, who's also like his sister, and if that's like your sister, that's disgusting.
She's my best
Why
friend.
would you be sleeping with your sister?
She's my best friend.
But if I were to stay, the first thing that I would say is, in order for this to work, and in order for you to basically get back in my good graces, and in order for us to work on what we need to work on, you can have zero contact with Megan. It can't even go down to y'all not talking every day. Literally, the only thing that's going to work is if the relationship is cut off now. It's completely removed. Okay. Like, I'm not doing it at all. Okay. I'm not doing. And if your family still wants to hold Megan around, we don't go to family functions when Megan is there. We don't go on family vacations if Megan has to be there. So if you're really ready to risk it all and not be around your parents, not go to family functions, not be a willing participant in family vacations, to really put in the effort that you're trying to tell me you want to put into our marriage to make it work, that's the first requirement. And if you're not willing to do that, then I'm out.
Can I say something else? It's also some sucker shit. To me, for you to sit there, he should have defended her when his father said something.
Right. But he was made to feel like how his father said, affairs happen.
Okay. But if the shoe was on the other foot.
Oh, and she had the affair, she'd be a whore. She'd be a whore. It would be, how could you dare go outside your marriage? Yeah. How dare you put my son through that? What kind of wife are you? What kind of woman are you to step outside your marriage when you have a husband who does X, Y, and Z?
You know what probably happened?
He watched his daddy have affairs growing up. That's all that happened.
That probably happened. And then also, Megan was probably in a poverty situation.
Bye, Maurice. Shut up.
And
shut up. You're so silly. And she got Corey Holcomb. That's what we should call Corey Holcomb. Shouts out to Corey Holcomb. Love you. Oh, shut up, babe. But yeah, I mean, for me, the only way that this starts, the only way we start recovering from this,
did they have
is if
kids?
You cut all communication. No, they didn't have kids. She put that in it's in like the little edit part. She said that they her soon to be ex-husband, they do not have children. Yeah. And then there's also an edit, and it says, after seeing some of the comments about my father-in-law, people wanted to know maybe if the father-in-law has slept with Megan, or that the father-in-law probably had affairs on the mother-in-law.
Mhm.
And that's
Oh,
why I
he
said
definitely did
he
because
he definitely did. And his son grew up watching him
Mhm.
have affairs, and it was just like how he said, affairs happen.
I
It's how a man manages to get through
yeah,
decades of marriage by releasing a little bit on the side
that's
to
not
keep
true.
himself interested
That's
in
not
his
true.
wife. No, I'm saying that's how the father-in-law is
Oh,
behaving.
it's just funny to me that it's always the men with that kind of mind state that can't tolerate being cheated on.
Oh, absolutely not. But that's a thing. It's like men can
So
cheat,
so
but men cannot handle when women cheat on them.
so when mama's not emotionally satisfied and she's not getting the connection she got, if she go out there
And even gets an emotional connection with
and
somebody.
if she just get a male personal trainer
Bye, Maurice. And she smiles at him too much, and she's too excited to go for her training sessions in the
now
morning.
and now she getting dressed up when she go train. What's going on here?
Because that was the first thing you said. You're like, no male personal
No,
trainers.
hell no.
That was the first thing he told me when I got my trainer last year. The first thing he said was no male personal trainers,
I
and I
ain't
was
dumb.
like, why not?
I ain't dumb.
I was like, why not? I was like, babe, it's his job. He was like, I don't care. No male personal trainers.
I'm a man. I know how men think.
Just like you said, no male massage therapists.
Nope.
But their hands are bigger.
And stronger.
I know.
I know.
And that's what I need for like my neck.
No, you don't.
Yeah, girl. So unless he's ready to cut all ties with Megan and possibly family interactions, this is gonna
You are
be
not an asshole. Live your life. Go find somebody that
gonna be a no
deserves you.
for me.
If I was single, I might shoot you a holler, but I'm not. I'm taken. So you seem like everybody loved you, but Megan didn't give a fuck about you.
No, Megan loved her. She loved the life she had, so that's why she tried to come in
That's
and
true.
do what she had to. Because here's the thing. Now I would wonder, before you were married, did you and Megan ever sleep together?
Probably.
Because if you and Megan never slept together until after you were married, that lets me know that Megan's also sending subliminal shots. She's sending a signal that, guess what? He will always be mine, babe.
Megan was probably his first.
Probably.
Hmm.
That's probably why he's so damn attached to her.
Yeah.